want you to hit me as hard as you can. Why? How much can you know about yourself? You've never been in a fight.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina, the Reina Creole, and with me is Retro Nerd Girl. And in this video, folks, we're doing something a little different. Now, we have these watch parties. Well, we call them full movies with commentary. So we watch them and we give you some commentary. But with some of these movies from way back in the day, I think what's been forgotten is how good or not so good some of these trailers were for these films, especially for those of you who have never seen it at all. So the trailer we are going to be watching is for the movie Fight Club, which I haven't seen it before. Retro, I think you've seen it. You've seen it already.
Years. Yeah. Like since when it came out back in 1999 or whatever. So it is definitely been a long time since I've seen the trailer.
Well, we are gonna have fun breaking down this trailer, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's see, here we go.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can. Why? How much can
It's like, why?
And you gotta love this hook, because it's like what would you? That's like a weird thing to ask somebody.
Yes.
Unless you're Florida man, I guess. Because I want you to hit me as hard as you can. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Why?
It's definitely, it's like a lot of titles on YouTube channels right now, or YouTube videos where you have this curiosity thing going on, why the first 5 minutes of Up is endearing. And you're like, ooh, okay, I want to know why that is. It just like is, they're giving you mystery boxes actually. If you think about it in this trailer, and that's exactly what a trailer is supposed to do, is set up the mystery of what is this movie about, but also give you a nugget of actually what the story might be about, like at least not leave you in the dark too much. But this is intriguing. Like, why would somebody ask you to cause them physical harm? And just in the mood and the flavor of this movie, just with the color palette, you just know it's one of those movies from the 90s that's going to be a little bit darker and stranger. And a little alternative entertainment.
Exactly.
you know about yourself? You've never been in a fight.
Wait, let me start earlier. Like many of you, I was stuck.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, that's an interesting point that he makes. But well, how do you know anything about yourself unless you've been in a fight? It's kind of like, there are other things we can do.
Yes, you don't always have to fight.
Besides that, but then we get to this shot, which reminds me of a darker version of the movie Office Space. It's like, when you look at it, with how he looks. Yeah, that movie.
You want me to deprioritize my current reports until you positive status upgrade?
Make these your primary action items.
I couldn't sleep.
Yes.
Is that like, do you get that TPS?
TPS report?
Have your TPS report.
Where are my TPS reports?
If you could get that done by today, that'd be great. So we've already established that like work sucks.
Yeah.
No, you can't die from insomnia.
I'd flip through catalogs and wonder what kind of dining set defines me as a person.
And I feel like this is, and especially in the 90s and even today, like what define we're talking about identity. We've already got a theme going about identity, what defines who you are. And is mentioned fighting, but now going through a catalog to see what furniture you can buy to fulfill that empty space of not knowing. So it's sort of playing upon, without giving away anything of the story, just the whole point of consumerism and the boredom of the monotonous work ethic of going to work every single day to achieve the American dream. And so
Mhm.
I love this, kind of like little nuggets that's right in the trailer. So well done.
Yeah, because you have like, with furniture, and then of course this is
It's your
the
life,
spray
and
on
it's ending
hair.
one minute
Yes.
at a time. I prayed for a different life.
So,
The spray on hair, and just like, okay, maybe I'll like myself more if I get, better furniture, or if I get, spray on hair. Just remember, it's like the age of the infomercial. Remember,
Yes.
like the
Ooh.
shampoo and everything, and like QVC, and it's like, if all you need to do is you just need to buy this stuff.
Yes. And
Get a
remember the Thigh Master?
Oh my gosh, yes, Thigh Master,
Ah,
the Flowbee.
yes.
Although my favorite was the
OxyClean.
blanket.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, they were so good. Yeah.
All of that crazy, crazy stuff.
And you would sit there and watch them for hours, and you know you weren't going to buy anything,
Mm,
but it was just the magic of that. There's something out there that can just fix a problem. If you just made 3 installments of 1999, you would get this thingy-majig. You know,
yeah, it's
more
like,
consumerism.
or for another, $5.99, you can get an extra. It's like, really? Now you want me to
Yeah.
spend more money, and then you have, that in your mind, and you sit next to this guy who says, "I sell soap." What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
I make and I sell
God.
soap.
This is how I met Tyler Durden.
Come on, hit me before I lose my nerve.
See, does this guy look I know some people who make soap and sell soap, and usually they're selling soap at like a craft fair, and they
Yes.
have like this very art folksy way about them. But this dude looks like he's just been out on a bender, and it's like, what do you really want? And again, we
Yeah.
go back to the scene we saw in the beginning. It's like, I
Yeah.
want you to hit me as hard as you possibly can. It's like, what?
Ow! Hit me in the ear.
He's like,
I know it didn't look like it was really a hard hit, but that, I guess, too, playing upon the difference between real life and a movie, you don't get that, that big
mhm.
like sound of like, you get this little sign thing, something that sounds like a little slap. Like, did that really hurt him? Because like in real life, you don't hear those big sound effects. It just happens.
Yeah, it's like he's got like a paper cut,
It was on the tip of everyone's tongue.
Can I be next?
We just
And it's like, and I'm laughing, but it's like you laugh
Mm,
because of just how ludicrous
yeah,
this all
it's
seems.
ridiculous. Yeah,
It's just nuts. And,
yeah.
have somebody say, "Hey, can I be next?" It's like, begs the
Mm,
question, what is this other person getting out of it
yeah.
that he would volunteer for that?
Well, I mean, and I'm not revealing anything by saying this in particular, because you could just gather that from this trailer. That it looks like the search for meaning, right? Because sometimes when you're kind of lost or whatever, you'll do something self-destructive. And so the
Mhm.
guy is like, whoa, he's looking at this like, I want to be next. Beat me up.
Exactly. And it's just like, what
Ah,
makes somebody wanna do something crazy like that?
yeah.
gave it a name.
It's not a
Gentlemen,
mystery.
welcome to Fight Club. First rule of Fight Club is, wow, nice. You do not talk about Fight Club.
Now that already sets up the intrigue.
Mhm.
You don't talk about Fight Club. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, there's some reason for that particular rule. So kind of weird that that's the first thing, that you would lead with, but
Yeah.
it gets better.
Is that your blood?
Some of it, yeah.
What a great line.
And look at how, oh, sorry, go ahead, Badoo.
Oh no, yeah, you go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say he looks from the beginning where it's just kind of just like, what the heck do you want? Kind of has this, yeah, what do you want? I mean,
Yeah.
like his attitude is different. He's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. And his boss is like, is that your blood? And he's like, yeah, some of it.
It could be yours too if you keep messing with me.
Yeah. Oh
Like
my
he
God.
doesn't look like somebody you can order around there.
No,
Yeah.
it's just kind of like ask a stupid question. You asked for it, so yeah,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, would you like to know more? That kind of attitude. You can already
Yeah.
tell his attitude shifted.
After Fight Club, we all
I love
started
it.
seeing things differently.
You're gonna have to keep me up all night.
And she,
Well, I guess the change is here too. First of all, I love Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh,
Okay, she's
yes.
freaking crazy, but I
Yeah.
love her as an actress.
Mm-hmm. She really has a lot of range. Like if you see in the movie A Room with a View, I mean, just so brilliant. And this particular character, I mean, just from this trailer, you can see how messed up she is. Like like
Mhm.
she's just like, I'm gonna wear my hair messy, and I'm gonna maybe skip brushing my teeth for a couple of days, and I'm gonna wear all black for like 2 years or so. she's like I'm gonna like make my makeup all smudgy, and there's something um adorable about that as well. So yeah, I don't want to give anything away, but she is definitely
She's
a highlight in this.
Yeah, she looks like hot garbage, and I'm
Yeah.
ruined everything.
You're not into her, are you?
No, God, not at all.
Well, then
He's totally into her.
Yeah. Yes. That would be a big fat yes.
Totally into her as much she just, oh my gosh, she looks like hot garbage, but there's
Yeah.
something about her that you can tell from this trailer. There is something about her that has both of them hooked.
Yeah. And dare I say, like a vulnerability, but also she looks tough as nails too. Like it's like there's a duality there that's kind of exuding from her.
Mhm. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm like,
Mhm. I can't
what
wait for
is
it.
it about
Yeah.
her
Mhm.
that
I'm
has
raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't.
That's another good point,
Mhm.
especially given the 90s. This film came out, I wanna say 99 or
Mhm.
2000, and I think
Mhm.
this was something was going on with the economy, but with, like, the dot-com boom at the time, and you
Mhm.
had people who were running startups who were getting tons of cash, and a lot of money was
Yes.
flowing, from that. So you had the people who had the skills to get into that and the ones who kind of, like, didn't, but
And
again,
we
it's
had and we had like that whole decade of the 80s where it was just materialism. Material.
everywhere, and
Yeah.
then you had, the recession that happened, and then
Mhm.
that was another thing. It's like you had that happen, and then people who thought that they were going to head ahead didn't. But it was still that crazy amount of consumerism that was out there. But it seems in contrast, you have these group of people. It's the same thing that happened like in Office Space. Like had this job, didn't like people getting on his nerves. I just want to forget, what it is that's going on. Can you hypnotize me to just go to work and, and forget about it and all of that? But you obviously have these group of people who is just like, you know what? I'm just kind of ticked about, being sold this dream that
Yes.
I didn't get to participate in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And feeling out of sorts like that, this doesn't feel right. Like this is the American dream, to be stuck in an office all day taking orders from certain individuals. You feel like maybe they're not as even smart as you,
Mm-hmm.
and also like having to be in this monotonous structure. A lot of the movies from Terry Gilliam are like, they kind of talk about this kind of thing too, about the monotony of work, and
Mm-hmm.
and not just like any kind of work, but like corporate jobs in particular, the bureaucracy, and how some an individual could feel shut out of that. Of not only like the decision making and the creativity and all that stuff that people crave to do as human beings. We want to feel like we're actually moving the needle forward, wherever we work, so.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Mhm.
He had a plan. To what purpose? In Tyler we trusted.
Oof. Those ads.
Well,
Okay, stop. Can you
ah,
rewind that part again? I didn't quite
oh,
see.
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Let me move this part back. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
I gotta say, I really cannot think of a modern day trailer where you get to see a shot like this.
Oh,
At
that's
least
a
a movie
term.
trailer. I can't think of.
Yeah, I don't think I have seen one
No.
recently where they actually show you a person without a shirt on.
No.
Yeah.
And this is
What
and
a
this
shame.
is what sells. And this is in case you don't know whether or not you should you should bring your girl to this movie, or have it for date night at home.
Oh,
This
that's
right here
true.
seals the deal. Okay.
Hmm.
Kidding, folks. That's how it works.
Tyler we trusted.
I gotta take Fight Club up a notch. Each one of you has a homework assignment.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so apparently Tyler, which I believe is Brad Pitt's character,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken, apparently he's the leader of this whole movement. Apparently, folks are falling for it.
Yes.
Glad to give them a homework assignment. And I think this is the part that I remember. Well, okay. The third part that I remember the most, because first part was like hitting me. Second one, Brad Pitt shirtless.
You're gonna start a fight with a total stranger.
That's not necessary.
No.
Start a fight with a total stranger. That happens every darn day.
I
But it seems like with this guy, with Ed Norton's character,
know.
he's not the type of guy who would do that. But it
Yes.
seems like
You're
he's being
getting.
pushed to be the type of guy
Mhm.
who would do that.
Lose.
That hurt.
Oh, this is I love this title sequence. Title sequence is freaking
Yeah.
fire.
Looking for a way to change your life. You got it.
Looking for a way to change your life. Because we saw in the beginning, he did not like his life
Yeah.
very much. His life pretty much sucked. And it looks like Tyler's gonna give him the way. Oh, okay, he looks so he looks so rough. He looks so rough. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm stopping this.
It's already done, so shut up.
So I'm guessing he's in pretty deep.
Yeah. It's the deal with the devil, kind of thing there. Um, Again, I'm not revealing. I'm not gonna reveal anything. I'm like biting my tongue. Oh, Lorena,
No, but it's
what
classic trope in the movie. It's kind of
Mhm.
like if if I gave you the chance to have that one thing to
Hmm.
change your life, would you do it?
Yeah.
It's gonna cost you, but would you do it? And it
And
looks like here he's kind of like, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have done it.
second thoughts, right? It's like, I don't know, buyer's remorse.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's
So
the mystery of like, okay, I want to know what all of these pieces are referring to. Like, tell me more. Tell me the engaging curiosity that is building for you to want to go to leave your house and spend your hard-earned money and see this in the theater. And Brad Pitt's abs are also
oh
another
heck
good
yeah.
reason. Yeah.
Absolutely Brad Pitt's abs. If you don't think his abs back, even with him not showing his abs in Bullet Train, he was still hot. You knew
Yeah.
his abs were behind there. Just saying.
Oh my God.
Kids.
Oh my gosh, that's nuts. Are they in a train?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah.
That is nuts. I don't think I remember seeing action this way. I want to say since the John Wick trailers. Of course, the John Wick
Mm,
trailers came later on, but that kind of reminds me of it.
This is too much.
In the end,
Okay, now it's dragging the guy. That's true. This is nuts.
yeah.
I think that's him, right? Okay, now that's called issues getting real. Now you're shooting with bullets and whatnot.
I know.
So it's gone from physical combat to weapons that are
Yeah.
involved.
And
So
explosions and just like it's getting bigger and bigger and it's mushrooming out. Like, so it's instead of the turmoil of this one man who's going through something and another man coming in to offer up something different. You're getting this like huge mushroom of action and mayhem. I love this.
oh, and I'm so here for it.
Oh, it will deliver. It does deliver.
Everybody's wants to be a gangster until it starts shooting.
Wow!
And this is the symbolism that I remember.
So cool.
Freaking soap.
Yeah. Very unique, right? Like whoever came up with this is just an idea. It's like, oh yeah, I sell soap. And then to
Yeah.
put this as your image for the movie as like, yeah, works perfectly.
I almost want to say, have you seen Squid Game?
No, I haven't.
This is very analogous to something that's in Squid Game. I'm not going to tell you because you gotta watch
Ooh,
it.
okay.
But I will say this reminds me of something that was done in Squid Game, an
Mm,
invitation. Let's put it that way. You go watch Squid Game and then you let
okay.
me know. Those of you who have watched Squid Game, let me know in the comments if you got the same, if you made the same connection
Interesting.
to saying that.
You fight anyone, who'd you fight?
Shatner. I'd fight William Shatner.
Oh, William might beat you.
Oh my gosh, that is so freaking funny. I'd fight Shatner. I'd fight William Shatner. And dang it.
And it just shows what a man he was still back then, you know what I mean?
Mhm. Like that's the man. Who's the manliest man that you could fight? William Shatner.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's just like what you.
What?
And I think this was kind of at that point in time where William Shatner was pretty much of a jerk for the most part. He didn't really want to do conventions. Or if he did, then it kind of seemed like he would rather be someplace else. That was then. I would
Yeah.
say within the past 10 years or so, I don't know, mellowed out. I have no idea. But much more approachable at conventions. And also, I think because of William Shatner in the original series, of course, man, he was fighting everybody. So,
Oh yeah. I mean, he was yeah. Every week he was fighting somebody new,
mhm,
some monster or whatever. And yeah, he was definitely the man. Now I know in the 90s he was doing this thing. He was writing books from Tech Wars,
mhm. Yeah,
and
of course.
then they had the TV show. So I think he was trying to be more creative back then. It
Mhm.
was his creative era, but and he was in a couple. I think the last movie he did was Generations that he did with
I think so.
yeah, and
He did Generations.
yeah, and so uh he still was though like the icon for not only a ladies man. I mean that was a big part of it. He was a ladies man and he was like probably the one of the manliest men
Mhm.
you can find in nerd culture. So and
That is
regular
true.
culture and pop
And regular
culture.
culture, yeah. Between Star Trek and between TJ Hooker and,
Yes, yes, yes.
oh
He
my
was doing
gosh,
that at the
something
time.
else that he did too as well, but I did not know Meatloaf was in this. Jared
Yeah.
Leto is
Yes.
in this.
So
Music
good.
by the Durst Brothers.
And
I mean,
directed
this
by David Fincher, one of his really, I think his best and
mhm,
so really very clever idea for the movie, and I won't go but into too much detail, but very clever idea. And this trailer really again raised so many questions like, what is this about? I want to know. And that's the beauty of great trailers is to be able to create that curiosity so people can go out and see the movie. And even the poster and the icon for the movie, a bar of soap with
mhm.
Fight Club right now. Like you want to know about what is this with the soap and the Fight Club? What like how does this all connect?
Yeah, how do we not why do we not talk about Fight Club? Second rule, don't talk about Fight Club. People who just like, "Yeah, I wanna get my ass beat." Absolutely.
Like, yeah, can I
You
be
know,
next? Like,
yeah,
no.
can I be next? And you go from this, like, escalation of violence and kinda like, at the end, it's just like, what would make him how bad really was his life
Yeah,
that Ed Norton's character goes through all of this, and we're just like, "You know what? Looking at this trailer, I wanna see what happens to this guy."
yeah,
You're intrigued,
yeah.
especially when he's asked, "Who would you start a fight with?" He's like, "William Shatner."
Yeah, you're like, "What?"
Dang, really? Is he gonna start a fight with William Shatner? I mean, I
Uh,
don't know.
you never know, you never
I
know.
don't know,
I love
but
it.
I know that, this just reminds me, and that's just kinda like why I wanna do these, like, trailer breakdowns of the
Mm,
film that we'll actually be doing the watch party for on my channel,
mm.
is to go back and see how good these trailers were, and for the most part, you weren't seeing the whole movie in the
No,
trailer.
yeah,
You're
there's a
seeing
lot you don't know,
mhm,
and you're like, "Okay, let's see, how does that work? How does that" maybe in your mind, you connect some dots already, but you're not able to tell that and it does seem to, though, do one thing I usually don't like in trailers, but it did it wonderfully here, where it seems like it started from the beginning and it went all the way
mhm,
through, like, chronologically, but it still felt like you were getting the gist of what this story might have been, but you still don't know the details. Still don't have like an understanding of what the main punchline of the story is, just generally. And that's it. I mean, even the description of it down there: insomniac office worker and devil may care soap maker form an underground fight club that it evolves into much more. Is definitely, that's the trailer. It's perfect, and it doesn't give you any of the surprises in the story, which there are a lot, and it still leaves you in mystery, because how first of all, how are these two getting together? Like, why are they getting together? They seem like opposites. Why they
Total
Yeah,
opposites. It's like,
yeah,
how does that work?
yeah.
But
So
I
me too.
cannot wait to do the watch party
It's gonna
for
be great.
this film. I can't wait. And hopefully you guys enjoyed us breaking down this trailer. So Retro Nerd Girl, please let the people know where they can find you.
Oh yeah, you can find me on YouTube and on X, and if you want to know what kind of content I have, I do a lot of retro movie reviews and talks and watch parties as well. So this is just right up my alley, this Fight Club movie, and so I was just so happy to hang out with Lorena here.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I love hanging out with you. And I love hanging out with you folks. So you let me know
Yeah.
in the comments. Was it the trailer for the film that you saw that hooked you into seeing this movie? Or if you're like me, even though you didn't see the movie, you knew that this was a good movie just from the trailer.
Just on the trailer.
Love to hear from you folks, and let me know about that. So with that said, we're going to wrap this up. Make sure you're subscribed to me. Make sure you're subscribed to Retro Nerd Girl, and we will see you next time. Don't start any fights for strangers, folks.
If you fight anyone, who would you fight?
Shatner. I'd fight William Shatner.